My name is Nyla, and I learned the hardest way possible that the child you raise isn't always the person they become. I was sitting in my kitchen drinking coffee when Darian walked in without knocking. He had that look on his face, the one he used to have as a teenager when he'd wrecked something and was calculating how to minimize the damage. "Mom, we need to talk." "Good morning to you too. Coffee?" "No, just listen, okay? I made a decision, and I need you to understand it was necessary." I set my cup down. "What decision?" "I sold the house." The words didn't register at first. "What house?" "This house. Your house. Our house, technically, since you put my name on the deed when Dad died." My vision blurred at the edges. "You did what?" "Mom, calm down. Bryn needed a car. Her old one died, and she deserves something nice. She works so hard and—" "You sold my house to buy your wife a car?" "It's not just a car, Mom. It's a BMW X5, fully loaded. She's always wanted one and—" "Darian, this is my home. I've lived here for 32 years. "And now you can live somewhere smaller, more manageable. You're always complaining about the stairs anyway." I stood up, legs shaking. "I put your name on the deed because the estate lawyer said it would make things easier if something happened to me. You had no right." "I had every right. My name's on it. Legally, it's half mine." "Where am I supposed to go?" He shrugged. "You can stay with us for a while. Bryn's okay with it, as long as you help with the mortgage and utilities." "You want me to pay rent in your house after you sold mine?" "It's fair, Mom. You'll be using space and resources." "How much did you sell it for?" $340,000. I grabbed the counter. The house was worth at least $470,000. "You undersold it by over $100,000? "I needed to close fast. Bryn's car situation was urgent." "Where's my half of the money?" "What half?" "Darian, if your name was on the deed, the money should be split." He looked at me like I was being unreasonable. "Mom, I have expenses. The car was $83,000. Then there's the extended warranty, the insurance setup, and Bryn wants the windows tinted. Plus, we're redoing the kitchen and—" "You spent my money on your renovations?" "Our money. And it's not like you need it all right now. You've got your pension." "My pension is $900 a month." "Then you should have planned better." He checked his phone. "Look, I have to go. Bryn's waiting at the dealership. We're picking up the car today." "Darian, you can't do this." "I already did it. Closing was yesterday. You have 30 days to move out." 30 days? "The buyers are being generous. Normally it's 15. He walked toward the door, then paused. "Oh, and Mom? Don't make this difficult. Bryn's really excited about her car, and I don't want you ruining this for her. She's more important than some old house." The door closed behind him. I stood there for 20 minutes before I could move. Then I called my friend Greta. "Nyla? What's wrong?" "Darian sold my house." "What are you talking about?" I explained everything, my voice breaking. Greta was silent for a long time. "That son of a bitch. I don't know what to do." "First, call a lawyer. Today. Right now." "With what money? I have maybe $4,000 in savings." "Did you sign anything?" "No, but his name was on the deed. The lawyer said—" "Which lawyer?" "The estate attorney, 5 years ago after Marcus died." "Do you remember what he said exactly?" I tried to think back. "He said putting Darian on the deed would avoid probate, make everything smoother if I died. I never thought—" "That he'd rob you while you were still breathing?" Greta came over that afternoon with her son, Troy, who worked in real estate. Troy read through the paperwork I'd found in the filing cabinet. "This is bad." How bad? Joint tenancy with rights of survivorship. He had legal authority to sell without your signature. Greta slammed her hand on the table. That can't be legal. It is. Both names on the deed means both parties can act independently in most states. Troy looked at me. Did you know about the sale beforehand? Did he tell you at all? Not until this morning. Okay, that's something. There might be grounds for financial elder abuse, depending on how the state classifies it. You're 61? Yes. It's borderline. Some states protect people at 60, some at 65. He made notes. The bigger issue is the sale price. If he deliberately undersold to pocket more cash, that could be breach of fiduciary duty. Can I stop this? The sale already closed. Stopping it now would mean suing to reverse the transaction, which means going after the buyers who are innocent parties. That's expensive and messy. Greta leaned forward. What can she do? Sue Darian for half the proceeds. It's her best shot. With what lawyer? Some work on contingency for family cases like this. I can give you names. Troy hesitated. But Mrs. Nyla, you need to know, even if you win, getting the money from him is another battle. If he's already spent it, you'll be trying to collect for years. I felt something crack inside me. He said I could live with them. Don't. Troy's voice was sharp. Don't put yourself under his roof. You'll have no leverage and no safety. My phone rang. Darian. Mom, Bryn wants to know if you're coming to dinner tonight. She made pot roast. You sold my house this morning, and you want me to come to dinner? Why are you being dramatic? It's just dinner. Bryn went to a lot of trouble. Tell Bryn I'm not coming. Mom, don't be petty. She's trying to include you. Include me? Darian, I'm homeless because of you. You're not homeless. I offered you a room. For rent. Everyone pays their way, Mom. That's how adults work. His tone shifted harder. Look, if you're going to be ungrateful, maybe staying with us isn't a good idea. Bryn doesn't need negative energy in her space. Her space? That you bought with my money? I'm hanging up now. Call me when you're ready to be reasonable. The line went dead. Greta stared at me. What did he say? I told her. Nyla, listen to me. This boy is not who you think he is anymore. He's my son. And he just stole your life. Troy packed up his papers. I'll email you those lawyer names tonight. In the meantime, start documenting everything. Every conversation, every text, every email. If this goes to court, you'll need it. After they left, I walked through my house. 32 years. Marcus and I bought it when Darian was 3. Every room had memories. Birthday parties, holidays, the corner where we set up the Christmas tree, the wall with the pencil marks tracking Darian's height. My phone buzzed. A text from Bryn. Hey Nyla, just wanted to say thank you for being so understanding about everything. The car is amazing. You should come see it. Darian says you're upset, but I'm sure once you see how happy it makes me, you'll feel better. Also, we're thinking beige for your room. Would that work? I stared at the message. Then I blocked her number. The lawyer, a woman named Camille Frost, reviewed my case for free. You have grounds to sue. The sale price alone suggests he breached his duty to act in your best interest. What will it cost? I'll take it on contingency, 30% of whatever we recover. And if we lose? You pay nothing. But, Mrs. Nyla, I need you to understand something. Even if we win, your relationship with your son is over. It already is. She studied me. Are you sure? Because once we file, there's no going back. Family courts get ugly. He made his choice. Now I'm making mine. We filed the lawsuit 3 days later. Darian called within hours, screaming, You sued me? Your own son? You stole from me. Your own mother. I didn't steal anything. The house was legally mine. Half of it was mine. Where's my money? I spent it on things we needed. On a car for Bryn and your kitchen renovation. That's not need, that's greed. Mom, if you don't drop this lawsuit right now, you're out of this family. I mean it. You'll never see me again. Something inside me, something that had been bending and bending, finally snapped. Good. Silence. What? I said good. You want me out of your life? Done. You're out of mine too. Mom, don't. You made it very clear this morning that Bryn is more important than me. That some car matters more than my home, my security, my life. So go. Be with her. Have a wonderful life in the house you bought with my money. But don't ever call me again. You don't mean that. Watch me. I hung up. Then I called the estate lawyer who'd advised me to put Darian on the deed. Mr. Kowalski, this is Nyla Bennett. You handled my husband's estate 5 years ago. Mrs. Bennett, yes. How can I help you? You told me to put my son's name on my house deed. For probate avoidance, yes. It's standard. Did you explain that he could sell it without my permission? Pause. I would have explained the implications of joint tenancy. Did you? Longer pause. Mrs. Bennett, if you're suggesting malpractice... I'm not suggesting anything. I'm asking a question. Did you or did you not explain that my son could sell my house out from under me? The documents you signed included... Did you explain it in plain English, to my face, in your office? I don't recall the specific conversation, but I always... You don't recall. That's interesting, because I recall very clearly. You said it would make things easier. You said it was just a formality. You never once said my son could rob me. Mrs. Bennett, I'm sorry you're in this situation, but you will be hearing from my attorney. I hung up. Greta, who'd been listening, grabbed my arm. Nyla, what are you doing? What I should have done 5 years ago, asking questions. You're going after the lawyer too? He gave me bad advice. Advice that cost me everything. That's 2 lawsuits. Can you handle that? I looked at her. What else do I have to lose? The lawsuit took 8 months. Darian fought it viciously, claiming I'd given him permission, that I'd wanted to downsize, that I was lying about everything. Bryn submitted a statement saying I'd been acting erratic and forgetting things, and that Darian had done what was necessary. Camille tore her apart in deposition. Mrs. Bennett has no diagnosis of dementia or cognitive decline. What medical training do you have to make that assessment? I don't, but I could tell. You could tell, based on what observations? She seemed confused sometimes. Can you give a specific example? Well, no, but Darian said... What Darian said isn't evidence. The judge ruled in my favor, sort of. He ordered Darian to pay me $170,000, half the sale price. Not half of what the house was actually worth. Not compensation for the lowball sale. Just half of what Darian had received. Darian appealed. We settled 6 months later. I got $125,000. After Camille's cut and legal fees, I walked away with $78,000. I used it to buy a small condo 40 minutes away. The case against Mr. Kowalski went nowhere. He had disclaimers in his paperwork. The Bar Association said there wasn't enough evidence of misconduct. I was drinking coffee in my new kitchen, smaller, older, with laminate counters instead of granite, when Greta visited. You okay? Define okay. Nyla... I'm fine. I have a home. It's mine. Just mine. Have you heard from him? No. She hesitated. Do you want to? I thought about it. No. Really? Greta, He looked me in the eye and told me his wife was more important than me, more important than the home where he grew up, more important than my security, my future, my life. And when I stood up for myself, he called me ungrateful. I sipped my coffee. That's not love. That's not family. That's just biology. He might reach out someday, apologize, and I'll tell him no. Just like that? Just like that. My phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. This is Bryn. Darian won't admit it, but things are hard right now. The legal fees wiped us out. We might lose the house. I know you're angry, but he's your son. Can you help us? I showed Greta. She read it, then looked at me. What are you going to do? I blocked the number without responding. That, I said. Greta smiled, sad but proud. Good. We sat in silence for a while. Outside, I could hear kids playing in the complex courtyard, a dog barking, normal sounds, life sounds. You know what's funny? I said. He thought selling my house would solve his problems, get Bryn her car, make her happy, set them up. But all it did was show me exactly who he'd become. And now they're drowning in legal debt. I'm not there to bail them out, and that BMW is probably going to get repossessed. You think? $83,000 car? On his income? After legal fees? I shrugged. They'll be lucky if they keep the house another year. Greta leaned back. And if they lose it? I met her eyes. Then maybe he'll finally understand what it feels like when someone takes your home away. My phone rang. Darian. I let it go to voicemail. 30 seconds later, the voicemail notification appeared. I played it on speaker. Mom, please. I know things got bad, but we need to talk. I made mistakes, okay? I see that now. But I'm your son. You can't just throw me away. Call me back. Please. Greta watched me. And? I deleted it. I already did. She sat forward. Nyla, honest question. Knowing what you know now and seeing where they are, struggling, desperate, calling you for help after everything they did. If you could go back to that morning in your old kitchen when Darian told you what he'd done, would you still go to war with him? Even though it cost you everything? Even though you'll never get back what you lost? Even though it means your son is gone forever? Would you still burn it all down?